Hello everybody, it is Retro Revamp here, and I'm going to teach you guys how to replace the shell on your Game Boy Color. You can buy one of these shells from our website. The link is in the description below. But let's go ahead and get started. Remove the battery tray and take your tri-wing screwdriver. There's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go ahead and take those out. Once those 6 have been removed, you can go ahead and gently lift up the whole back half of the shell. I'm going to get these 2 screws that are still in here. And there you go, that's a total of 6 screws. Put those aside. Okay, take the back shell and replace it to the side. Now that we have our Game Boy Color open now, you could go ahead and get a Phillips. This is a Phillips 0, single 0. And we could remove the 3 motherboard screws. As you can see right here, we actually don't have 3. I should have checked beforehand, but we have just 1. But the 3 will be 1 here, 1 here, and 1 right here. So go ahead and remove the Phillips screws. Now that all 3, or in our case 1, Phillips screws have been removed, we can go ahead and remove the motherboard. But before we do that, let's remove this power switch. Just a little plastic. And then let's make sure we don't rip our ribbon cable for our LCD. So what we're going to do is, there's 2 locking tabs, 1 here, 1 here. We're going to get any tool we want and gently pry up the locking tabs on both sides. You'll hear a faint click. There you go, we did both of them. Now that unlocks the ribbon cable. What we can do is gently lift up our motherboard. As you can see here, I will slide away. And you could also support the ribbon cable. Gently, I was wiggling and sliding out, just to make sure not to rip it. Now we have our motherboard of the Game Boy Color completely exposed. And then here is our LCD, our membranes, and then our buttons behind that. We can go ahead and disassemble it further, removing the buttons and the membranes. Now for our LCD, we want to make sure that, well, obviously this polarizer needs to be replaced, but this is just for demonstration purposes. We got to make sure we don't have any dust in here, because this is not a backlit screen, so you can easily see dust. So what we're going to do is take our new shell, open it up, and we have our new screen lens here, still unopened, and then our shell. What I like to do is, to prevent any dust, is actually go ahead and remove the back adhesive on the screen lens. Now don't touch the screen lens, don't leave any fingerprints, and I'm holding it down like this so in case of any dust it won't fall onto it. There we go, so this is on. Now I want to make sure I hold it like this and not flipped over, so again dust doesn't come and ruin it. So I'm going to set this down right here. I'm going to go ahead and get this. Now there's adhesive holding down the LCD, but it's very simple to kind of get that up. Grab the plastic like this and twist and shout and let it all out. And you'll see the LCD sort of comes up like this. Go ahead and gently twist while prying it up. Now again, be gentle. Don't lift it by the ribbon cable. And I'm also holding the LCD down just like this. Now that we're all ready, oh my gosh, now that I dropped it and we're all ready to go, we can go ahead and quickly put this into place. Just like that. And there we go. All dandy. Okay, now that we have this done and the screen lens is on now, so no dust can get in between, we can go ahead and reassemble. If you have new buttons and new membranes, I'd recommend replacing those, but just for demonstration purposes, we're not going to. All right, now that we're ready to go, we can go ahead and put in our buttons. Okay, now that we have all that done, we can go ahead and gently set in our motherboard. Now also I'd recommend definitely cleaning out the contacts, maybe replacing the speaker with a brand new one, and cleaning out the wheel potentiometer for the volume. Also, cleaning the power switch is a great idea, but this is just the shell, so let's go ahead and continue. Instead of dropping it in, let's make sure we slide in the ribbon cable, then drop it in. Now you'll find a lot of snagging right here. Make sure to do the speaker in first. Bam, just like that. And the motherboard sinks right in, no problem. Now that we go ahead and have that, let's make sure to get all 3 of our Phillips screws for the motherboard in. And again, in our case, we only have 1. Now that that's in, let's make sure the ribbon cable is inserted all the way and also push down the locking tabs to lock them into place. There we go. Now we can put our power switch back. And also the infrared port right here, there's a little thing. So make sure to replace that back. But again, our Game Boy does not have it. So we could go ahead and continue to the back piece. Go ahead and take the battery cover out. And now we're going to gently make sure these metal tabs line in to the battery cover, and gently make sure everything aligns. And it should go down nice and easy, just like that, if everything's aligned. Now that we have that on, we just need to put our 6 tri-wing screws in and close down the case. Now that all the screws are in, we can go ahead and admire your work of the brand new shelled Game Boy. And then obviously the screen lens has a plastic film over and that you rip off and peel. And there you go. This is how you reshell your Game Boy Color. If you have any questions or would like to purchase anything from us, go ahead and feel free to do so. The link is in the description below. Thank you.